All right, for part B, they ask when will the object reach the ground? So let's let me go ahead and section this off here. And this will be where we do our work for part B. But let's take a look at our this this visual of what's happening to this object. Remember here at this point that it starts where it's being launched. It's at a height of 9 feet, and then it goes up in the air to some unknown, reaches some unknown maximum height. We'll find that out a little bit later on, and then it ultimately hits the ground. So it's at this point. So what is the height when it hits the ground? And that height, h will be equal to 0. So what we have to do is take our h and set it equal to 0, and we fill in the rest of our quadratic. Negative 16t squared plus 124t plus 9, and then we go ahead and solve. In this case, it's best to go ahead and use the quadratic formula and plug in these values for your a, b, and c, just to make sure that you're plugging in the correct values. Your a is going to be equal to negative 16, b is equal to 124, and then c is equal to positive 9. Right? So now when you do that, you're going to get two numbers. You're going to get one of your answers is, or one of your solutions is negative 0.07 if we round into 2 decimal places. And then the other one is 7.82. Let me get this correct. 7.82. Okay, now remember the answer that we're looking for is in seconds. So the number that's negative, this negative number really does not make any sense. Okay, if we're trying to calculate the amount of time. Okay, so we don't want this one here. What we want is this one here. Because it's a positive value, and actually let me make sure that I write in this is seconds. Okay. Okay. And this does make sense because if we refer back to part A, after 7.09 seconds, it's at a height, it's on its way down, okay? And so it's only going to take, probably a little more than a half a second later on before it hits the ground. But this is our answer for part B. Again, when you're talking about time, whenever you get a negative, when you get two solutions and one is negative, or even if you're talking about length of something, then you want to rule out the negative number and go with the positive value.